Hey everybody, it's going to take people a second to connect. I've got my audio set up again. We're going to do day 2 of the COVID version of the free online yoga class. Let me see if I can silence my phone just to make sure. I don't want anybody calling in. Let me see if I can put it on Do Not Disturb. There we go. There we go. Should have got it where I need. So today, if you have a tennis ball and a towel, preferably one that your dog is not completely chewed up, that'll work well. Today's episode is sponsored by Dunlop. Dunlop, if you'd like to contact me, I'd be happy to put your tennis balls in all my videos. I hope you guys are doing well. We're going to use these to do some self-massage today. Yesterday we did kind of a basic routine. I'm just kind of walking you guys through. It's a little challenging because I can't see you, but I can slowly walk you through some of it. Again, if this is the first time you're joining us, don't stress, don't strain, don't hyperextend joints. If anything feels sharp or painful, just slowly back out. Don't feel like you have to force anything. People are really stressed out, and this was one of the ways I could reach out by not even working on anybody, just showing you how to work on yourself. And frankly, you get a chance to hang out with me and watch me do yoga, which I'm happy to do. At some point, I may do a headstand just because I like that particular pose. I don't expect you to do that. In fact, when I do a headstand, what I prefer is you lay down on your back and just get comfortable and kind of go into a quick shavasana just to release any tension, shake anything out. But I particularly like headstand. If you're comfortable with that and you've done it before, feel free, but I don't want you to feel like you have to do exactly what I do. Everybody's range of motion, everybody's strength levels are different. So make the pose a little bit easier. If you can't completely lengthen your hamstrings, bend your leg a little. You're just trying to induce some length into the hamstrings. The practice is more about moving meditation. Hey Mary, how you doing? It's more about being aware of what you're doing while you're doing it. It's not so much being fixated on perfect form. When we're working with bodies, totally different ranges of motion, totally different physical backgrounds. I was in gymnastics in high school and beat myself up, did a lot of stretching and strength training. So, everybody's range is different. I also, in my primary work on a mat, right? My legs and hip mobility are very different than the average American because of the way I use my body. So, again, tennis ball. If you want something more firm than this, you can get a lacrosse ball. If you need something smaller, more firm than that, you can get a golf ball, but this will work the same. And I've got a towel because we're going to dampen this and make it not quite so sharp. So, follow along. Go at your own pace. And always, it's not about the depth of the pose. It's not even keeping up with the timing. It's about your breathing. It's a little difficult for me to maintain really good breath as I'm walking you through verbally, but just follow along and we'll go as we can. Gotta slide off my shoes. Oh, and we'll start off with some sun salutes, kind of like we did yesterday. May add a little bit more today, a little more complexity. There we go. So, I'm going to pull up to the front of the mat, and again, hips width distance between the feet. In my case, I'm going to close my eyes. With hips width distance between the feet, you're normally going to have parallel lines from second toe through your heel. Some people say it feels like pigeon toe. They feel like their feet are turned in, but most people have a tendency to stand like this. And that's totally fine. There's nothing biomechanically wrong with this. But for the alignment we're trying to achieve, I want you to turn the second toe through the heel, those lines parallel. Hips width distance apart. This is hips width distance. In Texas, right here. Not Refrigerator Perry, right here. So from here, close your eyes and stand tall for me. I'm going to walk you through some of the basic alignment. So I want you to lift your toes and engage the arches of your feet. And I want you to slowly spread your toes and put them back down. Now maintaining a little bit of that lift in the arch, I want you to lift your kneecaps so you're not just locking the knees, but you're lifting the kneecaps to engage the quadriceps lightly. Then you're going to squeeze your bottom and tuck your tailbone in, meaning squeezing the abdomen gently. Then shoulder blades. Shoulder blades can roll back and down. And with the head, this is the last solid piece, the top of the head. You're going to tuck the chin gently, lift and lengthen through the crown. Allow your arms to fall by your side, palms facing in. Couple of breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Just release any tension that you're currently holding. When you're developing that posture, okay, you'll learn to do this almost without thinking about it. It becomes muscle memory. Don't get too fixated on it at the moment. It takes on more nuance as you do it. But again, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Or sneeze into your shirt, whichever works for you. And again, big in-breath through the nose. And out the mouth just releases tension. Big arms lifted. And slowly you can walk yourself down and forward, bending the knees. Hanging out. Creating space. A little bit of soreness from yesterday in the hamstrings. Little bit of tenderness. I can feel it in my hamstrings there. I'm going to walk the legs out left to right. And I'm really trying to see little articulations in my spine. I feel stiffness right here. Right at, I guess, L1, S5. Or L5, S1. Said that backwards. Just a little stiffness. Walking the legs out, left to right, back and forth, side to side, creating space in the hips and the lumbar spine. Slowly roll up, back into mountain pose. Big in-breath. Look up. And slowly bend the knees, swan dive forward. Relax the head and neck. That's a constant issue with me, that whiplash I had all those years ago. But I create a little space between those vertebrae. Try to use muscle strength, blood flow, flush stuff around so it doesn't hurt. Helps me manage those soft tissue issues. I'm kind of leaning back and forth, straightening one leg, bending the other. Straightening one leg, bending the other. Going back and forth repeatedly. Now, hands down. You're going to step one foot back. In this case, I step to my left, just playing here. Step it back forward. Step the right foot back. And again, just play. Don't think about maintaining perfect posture here. We're just moving through range of motion and exploring. Come halfway up, look forward, lift the head. Big in-breath through the nose. And exhale, fall forward again. Now, left foot back. Find your balance. This leg normally 90 degrees. If you can't quite hold this, if you don't have enough muscular strength, just straighten the leg a little bit. It's totally fine. It's still engaging here. It's still opening in the front of the other leg. But it takes time to build strength in the quads to be able to hold this. And you got to be able to hold your balance, right? If you were looking at me from the front, I've generally got hips width distance between the legs. It's going to help with the balance. I'm going to bend just a bit more. I'm going to lengthen there. Oh, good deep stretch down the front of my hip. Arms out to the side and rotate. Articulate those joints. Step the left foot back. Elbows in towards your side. Inhale up. Walk it around, left to right. Mobilize the shoulder blades, thoracic spine, thoracic vertebra. Feel some space there. Don't force, just create some mobility. Then feet under. Down dog. You can walk the feet in just a little bit closer. You can walk the legs out, left to right, side to side, knees bent. It's more important to work on the posture in your spine first. Long, elongated spine. Then, once your spine is lengthened, you can lift and then slowly see how much you can drop the heels down towards the floor. Create space. Move the head and neck around. And step the right foot forward. You can inch it forward, heel, toe, whatever you got to do. You're going to maintain the balance there. Knee bent. This leg generally is straightened, lengthened. Now, if you bend a little bit, does it matter? It's not perfect form, but if you lengthen this leg, you're going to get a little more stretch in the front of the hip there. Yeah. Now, arms wide. Now, range of motion. Turn the shoulders. Lift them around. Play with range. Big circles. Front to back. Back to front. Then, pressure on the right foot. Step forward, forward bend. Bend your knees. By the way, if you want help with your low back and your upper back today, or neck, today is going to be the class. You're really going to enjoy this when we get there. This is just warming up the body. Shake out the head. Bend your knees as deeply as you need to. And slowly stand up. Hips width distance between the feet. Align the feet for mountain pose. Again, kneecaps are gently lifted, quads engaged, gluteals engaged, belly squeezes in, long spine, shoulder blades back and down, palms at your side. Just a little bit of retraction. It would be like somebody just grabbed on the bun of my hair. And not fully pull back, but just a little bit of pull. There we go. Long, lengthened spine. Anytime you need to release tension, exhale out of the mouth. It's a larger pipe, but feel free to go back to breathing through the nose. And again, big in breath. Swan dive forward, walk the legs out left to right, side to side, back and forth. And right foot back. Big step back, opening through the front of the right hip, bending at the knee here. Your guns are generally facing forward. You can bring your arms wide if you wish. Again, now what happens if we keep our hands at about level to the shoulders? You open as wide as you can through the chest and then close. And then again, big and wide. As we swan dive down, step the left foot back. One push-up. Oh no, one at 5 push-ups. Come on now. And up. Feel free to move. Yoga is about movement and mobility. You move into stillness. And downward facing dog. Generally, hips width distance between the hands, hips width distance between the feet. I want you to keep like a little bit of an arch in your hand and your palm. I want you to walk the legs out side to side. And back and through. Now, almost go towards plank. Now go up again. Almost up and through. Again. Now back and up. Yeah. Play with your range. How's it feel in your shoulders? How's it feel on your back? Now, right foot forward. Bend at the knee. Guns and sit out to the side, to the front. Long, lengthened left leg. Arms wide. Now, palms together. Straight up. Interlace the fingers. Stretch up. Hands down. And slowly step forward. Forward bend again. Walk it out. Shake it out. Now, this time we're going to do a little bit of exploration. We did triangle yesterday. I want to do triangle again. I'm going to step the left foot back. Generally, that second line, that line from the second toe to the heel, if I follow that straight back, it's going to hit the arch of my left foot for triangle pose. If I had my arms out, my legs are a little bit closer together than where my hands are. Maybe a foot's distance. I want to lift and lengthen both quadriceps, both anterior thigh compartments, lifting the kneecaps to support the joint. I'm going to tug of war towards the mirror and tug of war away. And again, tug of war towards the mirror. Don't fight the stiffness, just notice where it's at. Now that I've tug of war, I've gone as far as I can through the hip, my spine is still long, just the hands are going to move now. And I'm going to lift the torso, look up over the upstretched hand. As you tuck the chin, turn the head and twist. And back to center. Feels pretty stiff, pretty tight, but we're going to work on this. I'm going to show you. Turn the back foot, and now to the opposite side. Same exact pose, triangle. We're going to reach forward. Going to reach back. And again, reach forward. I've gone as far as I can. I want to keep the lift on my spine. Just the arms want to move here. Big lift. You can see I'm not going all the way down to the foot. You don't need to go all the way down to the foot. You're just lengthening, opening the chest, lengthening the spine, and creating some space into the hamstrings. If you turn to look up towards the upstretched hand, tuck the chin. Makes it easier on your cervical mobility and cervical spine. And come up. Turn back. I'm going to pigeon toe the feet just a little bit, create space. I'm going to put hands on my back just so I can do a little back bend. A little bit of support here. And back to the front again. Big in breath. Exhale, down and forward. Walk the legs out, left to right again. Hop both feet back. Plank position. Drop down and up. And down dog. Now we're going to explore this. I was trying to think of how to walk you through. I got a lot of balance and practice at this. I'm going to step my left foot more towards the center. I'm going to put some weight here and I'm going to lift the right. I want to lift that leg up and over. If all you can do is this, totally fine. Just explore. What's the range of motion here? What can you do with this foot? How can you move it around? What's the control there? Making little circles with the hip to try to open it. Then I'm going to replace it with the left foot now. Come back and up. Same as before. What's the range here? What can you do? What can you play with? And both legs down. Back to just down dog. Then hop forward. Forward bend. And for most of you, I want you to hop down onto your back. Oh, I just want you to shake it out. No tension, letting it all go, creating space. Sorry, I can't respond while I'm teaching there, but I'll get to these after the fact. So for you guys, shake it out. Shake out your shoulders, shake out your feet, create space. Shake out your hips. Release your neck. Don't fight movement, embrace it. Breathe. Shake out the shoulders. Access the upper back. Create space between the vertebrae. Move around the head and neck. Shake out the arms, the legs and feet. And now, grab your tennis ball and your towel. So here's what we got. When you use this, this can be real mean. If it's golf ball, it's sharper, it's even meaner. What I want you to do is the following. For some of you, you're just going to be able to do this without any issue at all. Some of you are not going to want a tennis ball, you're going to want a golf ball because you want more pressure, you want it to be more sharp. But we're going to use this guy to do some self-massage. And much like our current presidential administration, it's going to be a pain in our ass. So, you're going to lay down on your back. Oh. And if you're like me, I'm going to take this out so my head can sit flat. And here's what happens. If the tennis ball is too sharp, I can put the towel on top so that when my keister comes down over here, it's not going to be as sharp. I can fold that towel up twice if I need to. I just don't want this to be too pointy, like an elbow. I want it to be firm, but I don't want it to be too much. I'm going to start on my right side. I'm going to start kind of in the middle, between the tailbone, and the top. Oh, President Trump. Oh, I feel you there. Oh, Biden. Oh, is that Bernie? Oh. So, to minimize the pressure here, I can put the foot down. I can shift my body weight on top of the tennis ball as much or as little as I want. The spot that you're hitting is pretty dead square in the keister. Anything in the flesh along the gluteal should be completely fine. In fact, those of you who are having problems with like pain running down the back of your leg, it's usually from a case of tight ass. It's what I call American average. Piriformis, it's a muscle in your gluteals. It means pear-shaped in Latin. Piriformis, shape of a pear. When that muscle gets tight, it'll press on the nerve trunk, the sciatic nerve that goes down the back of the leg. Now, I can put this leg in whatever position I want. Now, if I wanted more, which in my case, I can't even take this right now, it's tight enough. What would happen if I, that's the entirety of the Trump administration right now. So, could I rest here with the leg down? Sure. Any kind of movement, rotation, what if I cross my leg? Sure, totally fine. Oh, I'm getting like a dull kind of referred pain out to the outside of my knee. It's this dull kind of ache. Now, I'm going to roll off of that for just a second, and I'm going to switch sides. You're not going to be able to see it, but same basic thing in the gluteals. This already feels much, much more open just in that little bit. Again, if it's too sharp, put the blanket on top. It's going to dampen the pressure. It means that I would put it down, put the towel on top, and lay down on top of it to create a little bit more dampening effect, not quite as sharp. Oh. I'm going to move mine a little bit higher, feel a little more tension high. Oh, right there. Ooh. Ooh. Now what if I just wanted to sit just like this? Here's the deal. I know this isn't classical yoga. You're going to get a greater degree of sensitivity and awareness by using tools to be able to access your nervous system, to be able to get things to open and unwind more rapidly. I think you're going to gain mobility and you're going to gain strength more rapidly by increasing awareness using tools. Okay? Now I'm going to lean just a bit, so that right, just like I was stretching my hamstrings, you're like right, right, right there. Now what I do is I try to release tension along the rest of my body.